now let's go into the fit, the form and the functionality of the backpacks that we reviewed earlier in part 1. Okay, this is a medium range pack used generally for medium to large expeditions, but generally in the 3 to 7 day category. So this backpack will be carried by our model here, Mr. Kandan. And as you can see, the backpack has some key features that allows you some comfort. It has a very good comfortable back system. It has very good hip belt for you to transfer the load. Mainly backpacks which are more than 65 or 75 liters will generally have a good hip construction system for you to transfer the load over down to the hips, because the hips and the legs are a better way to carry weight rather than the shoulders. Would you like to try it on? We'll have to loosen the straps. This is how you loosen the straps. You just have to pull it up, just like that. And sling it on. Sling it on. And it's a bit narrow one day. Okay? And then before you tighten it, you actually tighten the top first. Tighten the top. Okay, is it comfortable? Yep. Yeah. So as you can see, a good backpack system, if you look at the back, the torso, it's kind of tight as a torso and it's nicely cinched at the waist. The waist needs to go in tighter. So if you track the major distribution of the weight goes to the hips, and from the hips the distribution is passed on to the legs, which frees your shoulder from a bit of stress. And this is what you want, this is what you need in a backpack. Yeah. So the main fit and form of this backpack would be for you to tighten the top straps. Okay. And the shoulders. So it should be comfortable and it should be form-fitting. So we've got our model here who's modeling this backpack, and you'd like to just bend over, just bend down and then move around a bit. Just show. So as you can see, the backpack can't really move about along the body because it's form-fitting, and the reason why it's form-fitting is for you to distribute the load effectively. The more the bag moves on your shoulders or on your back, the more it will tire you unnecessarily. So this is a good backpack because of its form and function. We'll go on down. You can drop that now. We'll go on down to another type of backpack, which is also VTrek's, which has a very similar back system. Okay. In this case, the food at the top can be taken out to be used as a fanny pack. This can be used as a fanny pack, or it can be used to carry rations for a day or half a day. So this pack has its functionality because it can be used for multiple purposes. It can be used for a 5-day trek, and at the same time you can take off the food to be used for a day pack. Right? A couple of things you should observe as backpack is that the material that that they use to make the backpacks are usually very rough and tough. They can take a lot of beating, as this bag can show you, and they also have multiple access points, which was shown earlier, so which you can access the bag from the top, okay, and you can also access the bag from the bottom, the sides, and see, so you have multiple access points, and the reason for this is that while you go on a trek, you can easily access some of your items, and this is of incredible use when there is an emergency. Would you like to show that? Drop that. Okay, so here is how a backpack can be used in an emergency. You can always still access some of your items which you can take out. For example, if you have an emergency, you can always take out first aid kit right from the backpack without accessing the top. See, if you were to access the top, it would be very difficult, because in this backpack you have to go right up to the top and put your hand in. So you can access this by multiple points, right to the side, or if you have access points from the front. So this is a good feature to have in a backpack, especially if you're planning to go for an expedition or for a long trek. Okay? And some other features of expedition packs is that some of them do come with the hydration packs built in, or the capability to actually put in a hydration pack. So like this pack, this model, the Arrakis has this feature which is pretty much standard on all backpacks these days, especially those ones which you carry for multiple day treks. So you can have a hydration sleeve like this with enough water that you can actually put into your backpack, which gives you some flexibility in carrying water without having it all over. So these are some of the functions that you can have in a backpack that you can choose depending on budget, depending on the places that you want to go, and most importantly, the form and function must fit the place that you want to go and the duration that you want to go for. So for something that you want to do in a day or two, you can go for the smaller packs, which give you the flexibility of carrying something light, and something that you want to go for a week or so, you really need to decide on all these features which were mentioned just now. A couple of other features that were not shown and probably need to be shown is, for example, this pack has a slightly different access point at the top, where it doubles up as a fully waterproof or watertight compartment, where you can cinch it tight and you can actually close it from the top down and cinch it into a waterproof compartment where it's completely weatherproof if you cinch it like how it was shown just now. So if it's cinched this way, you can have a watertight compartment in this bag. For a lot of other backpacks, like in our weather, for example this one, you can't really run away from the fact that things inside are going to get wet. So you will need to have probably a rain cover, or at the very least another layer inside where you keep your waterproof clothing or the things that you want to keep dry, because our rains tend to get through even materials as thick as this, and sometimes it's always best to have an extra layer. Okay.